John, it was a really encouraging performance on Saturday night, and you must be delighted with the way your team played over the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think we've got better as we've gone on. We've had different sort of situations in different games. We had to sort of blunt Fleetwood a little bit in the first half, and then the second half it opened up and we played some good football at that stage. But on Saturday we had a good 90 minutes working out the conditions were sort of conducive to good football, and we tried to play that. We passed it very well, kept it on the floor very well, created chances, had probably twice as many shots at goal as the home team, and if anything there's a disappointment we haven't won it because we had enough chances to do that. But certainly the performance over the 90 minutes, particularly with the circumstances with sort of young players coming in, Pat Carey etc, and moving Tom Lockyer to full back from centre back from midfield and all of those things, there's a really, really good approach by the team, and that's something we've got to keep going, really.
I think it's important now, I'm sure you agree, you build on that with 3 games coming up in a week.
Well, I think we've built up to that. The Southend game away was very strong. As I said, the performance generally against Fleetwood was very good. When you saw them go and beat Crewe for 3 or 4 days later 4-0, then it shows you that it wasn't that bad an effort from us. So we're very young. We get sort of affected by injuries and things at the moment, both on and off the training and the playing pitch. So we're dealing with things in a strong manner with a lot of alterations that we have to make. So certainly the mood's right. That's never been in question. I never argue about the way the players train or work or go about their job. Some days we're not good enough and some days we are, but we certainly try very hard week in, week out. So that's the one thing we've got to continue. We come back home on Saturday, and certainly, as you say, the mood around the place this week should be higher and better, and we'll see if we can be as strong as we were last week.
You did say Saturday you'd be looking for additional cover. Mm-hmm. Is that likely to happen this week?
Well, I've started some phone calls this morning. Got a little bit of good news on Lee Brown. We thought he'd got a full-blown hamstring on Saturday. We don't think that's the case now. He's hopefully we're right, but it's still a little bit early. But we're a bit more encouraged today. We think that might just be a really tightness in there, and if it is, we can hopefully get that moved away in the next few days and see if he's got a chance for the weekend, which I never thought that would happen yesterday. So that may happen, but certainly I've made 1 or 2 phone calls already and waiting for some replies to see if there's a possibility of a new player coming in. Andy Bond's gone back to Colchester to make room for that because we're really tight on our expenditure, and also I'm just waiting on the financial people at our club just to let me know what I can go to with regards to bringing a player or possibly 2 in if we can.